Good evening. As I said, my name is Sarah Franklin and I'm the current chair of the Inner West Community Enterprises. And it is my job to welcome you to our very first Zoom AGM and as the Inner West Community Enterprises Limited Annual General Meeting for 2020. Today's agenda will be an address by myself, followed by our branch manager, Ashley Coles, our Inner West Community Enterprises CEO, Andy Moutre-Reid over there. And then we'll move to the formal business, including the presentation of the accounts and a discussion around our footings from our Foundation Chair, Wal Wiersma. We'll take questions from shareholders. We will actually conduct the director elections, and then we will close the meeting. So as I said, use the chat function this evening if you have any questions. Wave at me if you've got your camera on, and please remain on mute until I call you. So firstly, I'd like to introduce our directors. Feel free to take yourself off mute as I do so and say hi. So as I mentioned, I'm Sarah Franklin. Wal Wiersma to my left is our former chair and current chair of our foundation. Well, David St. John is our company secretary. Jack Fisher is our company treasurer. There you go, Jack. Jenny Britt, where are you, Jen? You've gone off screen from me, is the chair of People and Performance Committee. Pamela Sutton-Legault is the chair of the Stakeholder and Community Engagement Committee. Tony Sticker and Alyssa Hood are also present this evening. Our other staff who are here are Andy Moutre-Reid, our CEO, Deirdre O'Donnell, our Executive Officer, and Suzanne Saunders, our Marketing and Communications Manager. They're here and listening, but not actually on screen at the moment. I'd also like to welcome our committee member, Aruna Venkatachatalam, and I don't think that Freddie Lopez has joined us yet. Thank you for attending Rowan Sadler, our very new regional manager from Bendigo and Adelaide Bank. G'day, Rowan. So this is our first Inner West Community Enterprises AGM with Rowan present. I would like to acknowledge our branch staff, many of whom are in the office with me this evening. And for those of you who haven't realised, we are actually coming to you from the branch because there's not too many places that we could do it. So Ashley Coles, our branch manager, who is not on screen. Ash, there you are. Hello. Isha Shrestha, Jonathan Ray, Tina Brown, Therese Jatani, and Trish Roach. And Trish Roach is actually an apology for this evening, as is Therese, who's on leave. So Deirdre, do we have any other apologies? No. Okay, let's get into this. So I can confirm that we have a quorum as we have 2 shareholders present, so we can get underway with the AGM. So I'm going to start with my address. Sorry, I have been a bit on the screen here tonight. The notice of the meeting was made available to all shareholders and is taken as read. Is there any other questions on the notice of meeting? No. Okay. The minutes of the last general meeting were held on the 25th of November 2019 and were approved by the board and signed by the chair in accordance with the provisions of section 251A of the Corporations Act. We do have a copy of the minutes here if there are any clarification required on the minutes. Anything? No? Okay. I can confirm that we have from David. David, if you'd like to take yourself off mute and confirm that we have a schedule of valid proxies received by 5 p.m. on the 19th of November 2020. And how many proxies have we received? 4. Thank you. We can actually hear you through my screen, so it's not too bad. I also note that it is my intention as the chairman to vote any undirected proxies in favour of the resolutions that are put forward to you this evening. And now I'll turn to my address. It was written a few months ago, so you might need to bear with me for a second. I write this report from my home office. Like most of my fellow Victorians, we're still living through the effects of COVID-19 on our community, our economy and our lives. From bushfires to floods and a pandemic, 2020 has tested all of us and the effects will be felt for many years yet. Some of them we hope will be positive, the shift to local, better work-life balance and a strengthening sense of community. This, in essence, is what we stand for at Seddon Community Bank, a bank with all of the benefits of a major financial institution that has a direct impact on your local community, the Inner West. We employ local people, we support local business, and we work to strengthen this community with the distribution of our investments, sponsorships, and grants. In 11 years, our commitment to growing this community has never wavered, and our continued growth and success is testament to the fact that this community and you, our shareholders, believe in that too. Our branch team has been at the front line during the pandemic and have had to adapt quickly to a rapidly changing environment. with new safety protocols, changes to the physical branch, and having to assist our customers through some pretty tough times as jobs and businesses began to feel the effects of this situation. Throughout this, they have remained calm, professional, and most importantly, have not ever lost their commitment to helping our customers in having meaningful conversations about their financial affairs. Many of them took the opportunity to move to digital banking solutions, which will have a significant impact on how we service customers in the future. And actually, we're finally on Wi-Fi in a branch. So if you haven't come in and used our Wi-Fi, please use it. It does work. As our partner Bendigo and Adelaide Bank has already signalled, the move to more online banking will change the nature of the branch network as over-the-counter transactions continue to fall. The Board of Inner West Community Enterprises is happily part of this conversation with our partner, but has also commenced work to investigate what our branch of the future looks like. In the coming months, you may see some changes and new initiatives in the branch. And if you've been in recently, you may have seen our bushfire bags, we've done CWA jams, we've done kindness t-shirts with West Welcome Wagon and high teas, and we've done some really great programs, and we'll continue to look at more of those sorts of opportunities to bring our local community to life in the branch. We are committed to our branch continuing to serve the needs of our community, perhaps beyond banking. In another tough year for banking with low interest rates and a recession that hit us hard at the end of the financial year, our results have been extraordinary. While our revenue has remained flat against a strong growth in funds under management, our branch team led by Ashley Coles has been able to substantially grow the number of customers that bank with us and the number of products that they have. This strategy has helped us grow revenue beyond our traditional deposit and lines of credit and to see a growing contribution from commission on other products. Of course, our customers, like you, will benefit from that as well, with great deals for more of the products that you take up, and the support leads to increasing revenue that gets delivered back into our community. This year, our revenue was $1,165,277, and with our continued careful management of expenses has allowed us to deliver a profit after tax of $34,772. Which is a really fantastic result considering all of the pain that has happened this year. Our profit has enabled us to deliver a dividend of 5 cents per share, 2.5 cents franked and 2.5 cents unfranked. This confirms our continued commitment to shareholders, as well as building a future shareholder value in our organisation. We are trying to find the balance between shareholder value and contributing actively to the community on our behalf, and we think that that amount is right on the money. We know that you support the work that we do at IWCE because you believe in our mission to grow the Inner West, and we thank you for your continued commitment. This year, much of our community engagement activities have been cancelled, including, sadly, our own community pitch, one of our favourite events. We have turned our attention to support new community groups, outreach activities, and showcase different parts of our business community. If you're a regular reader of the West Sider, which you could always pick up in the branch, one of our ongoing partnerships, you'll have seen our local business showcase pages help bring important notice and publicity to some local traders. This is just one of the many successful campaigns that our Marketing and Community Connection Coordinator, Suzanne Saunders, has delivered. Our social pages on Facebook and Instagram have become the go-to place to learn about what's happening in our community. We have supported fundraising activities, actively got behind the bushfire appeal, which helped raise over $30 million, worked in partnership with community connection initiatives, acknowledged and thanked frontline workers in conjunction with our partner Bendigo and Adelaide Bank, and have been able to provide valuable information to keep customers up to date about their branch and financial services. As the board signalled last year, our support has also created the Inner West Community Foundation Incorporated, which was the recipient of a Pick My Project state government grant, which saw the establishment of the Inner West Community Bike Hub in conjunction with Rotary Club of Footscray. This has been a huge success, as you will read in CEO Andy Moutre-Reid's report, and we thank our local community for getting behind this fantastic community project. The work of the foundation has continued this year to deliver on our mission to grow the Inner West in a sustainable way that provides employment opportunities for our local community. Through the work and connections of one of our directors, Pamela Sutton-Legault, we were successful in our application to receive funds to develop a financial literacy program for high school students in conjunction with Victoria University. This substantial amount of funding from Extra Foundation was facilitated by our strong ties to the Hobsons Bay Community Fund, who helped sponsor our application and to which we are very grateful. 2020 has been about resilience and adaptability, and I'm grateful that all of our team have been able to deliver. I would like to acknowledge and thank my fellow board members who have remained committed to the course and the cause through 2020 and continue to deliver expertise, skill, and most importantly, their time as volunteers. I would especially like to thank the leaders of our committees and office bearers, Jack Fitcher, Treasurer, and Jenny Britt, who jointly chair our FARG and People and Performance Committee, Pamela Sutton-Legault, who heads our Community Engagement Committee, David St John, our Company Secretary, and Wal Wiesma, who chairs the Foundation. Our branch and corporate teams are led by simply the best in the business, in Ashley Coles and Andy Mucho-Reid. They are the envy of our peers, and in fact, other branches have started to reach out to learn more about how we structure and run our community company. Our amazing branch team is rounded out by Jonathan Ray, Isha Shrestha, Trish Roach, Tina Brown, and Therese Jaitani. Suzanne Saunders, our Marketing and Community Connection Coordinator, is the bridge between branch and the corporate team and continues to deliver initiatives that keep them connected to our community. And perhaps the most important person, Deirdre O'Donnell, who continues to support the board as our Executive Officer. As our business grows and becomes more complex, so does Deirdre's role, and she is also integral in helping us maintain our status as an employer of choice. I am perennially humbled by the chance to serve as chair of this organisation, and in my year, I feel I have so much to contribute. I'm so proud of the results that we have delivered to you, our shareholders, but more proud of the people that we attract and retain and the tangible impact we have had on our community. You are part of that. Your seed funding started us on this journey, and your continued support provides us the platform to support this community in the best way we know how to grow the Inner West. So thank you from the chair. I would now invite our branch manager, Ashley Coles, to take over the microphone and deliver his prepared address.
Thanks, Sarah. The 2019-20 financial year was an exceptional year for the Seddon Community Bank Branch. It was pleasing to see the branch at the forefront of the region in many areas of the business. The branch was able to produce these outstanding results through continued improvement in individual skills, along with excellent teamwork and community support. Key figures of the 2019-20 financial year, where our business grew by 24.4 million or 15.2% from 161 million in footings to 185. We increased our new customers by 2.9%. Our products per customer increased by 4.9%, as long as sharing many Legion reading results across insurance, superannuation and Sandhurst sales. The impact of COVID is yet to be fully realised, and we're under no illusions about the challenges faced in growing our business in these unprecedented times. However, I'm confident we have the team and strategy in place to come out of this pandemic in a stronger position. To those shareholders who are yet to bring their banking across to us, I implore you to think of the Seddon Community Bank Branch when considering your banking needs. We will continue calling all of our shareholders to discuss how we can assist with your banking needs and look forward to these conversations with you. To those shareholders who have supported our branch, I thank you for your current and continued support. As a community bank branch, our mantra of supporting our local community continues in earnest. Since the branch commenced operations, numerous clubs, schools and organisations have received a total of more than 755,000. It's exciting to think how much more we could do if everyone in the Inner West brought their banking to us. Despite the challenging times of this year, our team, Jonathan, Esha, Trish, Tina, Therese, Andy, Deirdre, Suzanne and the board are more passionate than ever, doing their best, very best for our customers and our community. With their continued drive and commitment, I look forward to what we can achieve in the coming financial year. I just wanted to personally thank everyone for their support that's been provided to me and their outstanding work that you do, which I know our customers also greatly appreciate. Finally, on behalf of the branch team and myself, thank you to all those who continue to support us and our community. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Ash. That's fantastic. Okay, Andy, former chair and current CEO of Inner West Community Enterprises, I know you have a lot of exciting news to share, so I'm going to hand over to you.
Thanks, Sarah. Good evening. So my name's Andy Mucho-Reid and I'm the CEO of Inner West Community Enterprises. 2020 has been one of the most challenging of years, and the impact of the pandemic, in particular the process of going through lockdown, has meant that we've had to adapt to new ways of connecting to our community. Last Christmas, we executed our planned departure from our co-working space at the Dream Factory. with the development of the tunnel project affecting the working conditions there within the building, in turn affecting the ability for us to lease the additional space we'd taken on it, it was the only outcome that the board felt was reasonable. Therefore, the global developments of the last 12 months has meant working from home has fortuitously provided some cost savings, but it also provides its own challenges of running a community connecting business when community is unable to connect in the traditional way. So Zoom has become a household name, and our team has been challenged to develop community ties without the benefits of face-to-face interaction. Our annual community pitch program run each May is postponed now until 2021. We've had to cease our daily school banking program with local primary schools. Our Seddon shopping strip was deserted as local businesses had to close their shops and develop their online operations. And our local sporting clubs have had to find new ways to engage with their members, whilst many have been unable to operate at all. But in West Community Enterprises, throughout this period, we've continued to support our community. Our branch has been a marketing opportunity for the likes of CWA selling their jams and chutney. We've reached out to community organisations to support collections of food and other essential items, whilst providing financial assistance to others. We've also continued to develop our partner programs and have further developed the Inner West Community Foundation to help oversee their growth. The first of these programs is the West Sider newspaper. As many regional and metropolitan newspapers close, we're very proud to provide our ongoing support for the continued publication of the West Sider. As a key partner, we work with Derek and his team to ensure the paper prints every month. Although advertising revenue has dropped right off and the number of printed copies of the paper have reduced, the development of the online platform and the focus of the social media team has been amazing and provided growth in new areas. This will bode well for the paper as we emerge out of lockdown, providing local stories in both print and online formats. Next, we have the Community Bike Hub. Launched last year, the Community Bike Hub has been a resounding success. Developed from a concept some 2 years ago, it started with an empty container placed into a car park at Back Alley Sally's in Footscray. We're then successful in receiving funding from state government, which helped us to complete the project and open in September last year. So key highlights in the first 12 months of the operation of the Bike Hub include the employment of 4 part-time bike mechanics and 12 volunteer bike mechanics, 900 bike services or repairs completed, 280 bicycles have been recycled and sold, 200 members have been signed up, and 386 bikes have been repaired, cleaned, and donated back to members of our community in need. And with each of those bikes, the recipients get a new bike helmet, a lock, and lights. Plus, the Bike Hub made a small surplus as well. So it was just an amazing community enterprise. Huge shout out to our partners on this project, the Rotary Club of Footscray, in particular, Rodney Johnston, and also to our landlords and main supporters at Lickety Split and Back Alley Sally's, Joe, Andrew, Jerome, and Amelia. Also, our bike mechanics and main drivers of this project, Glenn, Jerry, Joe, and James. And thank you to every member of our community who either became a Bike Hub member, donated a bike, or volunteered to help. Then we have our beloved Mad Youth team. So Mad Youth had a year of 2 halves. So in the first 6 months, we saw successful programs, including a fundraising barbecue at Footscray Fines, which raised $650 for the Victorian Bushfire Appeal. The collection of toiletry items through local primary schools to collate over 30 bags for Share the Dignity Christmas Appeal, all proving to be huge successes. The second half of the year has been far more challenging, and we gave the team a break to focus on themselves, their families, and in many cases, their schoolwork. We've recently reconnected and began planning for next year with a focus on ways to help our local youth as we come out of lockdown. So a huge shout out to leaders, Meg, Nick, and Sophie for all their help and planning. And finally, we continue to develop new projects. So commencing with our financial literacy program. So the development of our financial literacy program in partnership with Victoria University has understandably been delayed. COVID has limited the university students' ability to collaborate on the development of the project, plus the high schools where we're due to run our pilot programs have had to close. Late last year, we secured funding for this project from the Extra Foundation through the Hobsons Bay Community Fund. So big thank you to our board member, Pamela Sutton-Legault, and I reiterate exactly what Sarah said. It's fantastic for both identifying the grant and then leading the development of the successful submission. This grant enabled us to develop the program by engaging 2 VU students in paid roles to develop the learning outcomes, the curriculum, and the lesson plans. The program we delivered to local high school students before further enhancing it to help other members of our broader community organisations. And although delayed, the program will now roll out in 2021. So again, a huge thank you to VU, especially to Tin Nguyen, Laura Main from the VU Academy, been integral in helping us develop this program. And finally, a huge thank you to the team at IWCE. Nothing we do would happen without the combined efforts of Sarah and her team on the board, Ash and his team at the Community Bank Branch. And for me in particular, I'd especially like to thank and acknowledge Deirdre and Suzanne, who worked tirelessly, supporting the board, the branch and the foundation with administration, marketing and community engagement. Their expertise and passion to help has been a highlight in this challenging year. So the simple vision to grow the Inner West has been very exciting to showcase you the projects, programs and events that we've been able to support, partner and deliver in Melbourne's Inner West. Thank you.